and welcome everyone to SAP HANA Converge. My name is Caroline Janke and I'm here with two experts today talking about SAP's overall finance transformation, the move to SAP S/4HANA, and how MaxAttention supported along this exciting journey. Before we start right into the discussion, I would ask the speakers to briefly introduce themselves. So Alex and Marjolaine, if you could quickly share a little about your role on the SAP S/4HANA project. Alex, please start.
Yeah, thank you, Caroline. Yes, I'm Alex Wuschner. I'm part of the internal SAP IT organization. So basically, we are responsible to implement internally at SAP all our innovation and new technologies so that we can showcase it also to our external customers.
Thank you, Alex. Marjolaine.
I am Marjolaine Delorme. For this program at SAP AIS, I have been SAP S/4HANA expert contact leading the SAP MaxAttention team and actually in direct contact with Alexandre.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, now that we know whom we're talking to today, I think we can start right into the discussion. And first question goes to you, Alex. So how does the conversion to SAP S/4HANA contribute to SAP's overall finance transformation?
I mean, first of all, the S/4HANA, SAP S/4HANA for us is our foundational kind of architecture to support overall our digital transformation. Our business has evolved. In the past, it used to be in double quote simple license, maintenance and services contracts that we were signing on a yearly basis, if you will, with large customers, and that was pretty much it. In the past decades, the business has completely shifted towards cloud business, subscription, consumption-based business, and that requires a lot of agility. And S/4HANA as is and will be for the foreseeable future this foundation where we can introduce new business models when required, new end-to-end business processes when required, adjusting already the technical part of the ERP towards the business needs. And that's in particular true for the simplification of processes that finance now is heavily introducing at SAP, which is part of this intelligent enterprise concept, if you will, leveraging from the bottom and up to the, I would say, top processes, this end-to-end view and simplification of our internal processes. That will serve, of course, SAP, but definitely our customers. We want to make the business simpler with them, and that's how we will achieve it.
So you talked a lot about flexibility and agility to move to new business models, but what are the main business benefits of moving to SAP S/4HANA?
Yeah, so besides the fact that moving to S/4HANA will generate a business process transformation, there are technical and innovative elements into S/4HANA that we are completely leveraging at SAP, starting with the automation. Big word those days, you probably have heard about the intelligent robotic process automation, IRPA as we call it. That's scenarios that we're introducing heavily, especially in the shared service centers to limit the number of manual activities and already having a focus on business value added to the organization. End-to-end integration. That's a big topic. I think it has been also a pretty heavy feedback from our customers. We are integrating S/4HANA. It's basically in the center of all our internal architecture and enterprise architecture, integrated to most of our end-to-end systems, either in the cloud or on-prem. It's fairly hybrid today, but that's still in the core of all these end-to-end processes. Of course, talking about innovation, machine learning, artificial intelligence is definitely a key element as well. We are also introducing scenarios working jointly with the standard development organization, so product engineering, to really go into standard with this very innovative kind of new processes. And finally, I've already mentioned it, but we need to simplify our processes. I mean, that was very much based on, again, on-prem kind of business that we had in the past. Cloud requires much more agility and simplicity, and that's what we do and leverage with S/4HANA. And for that, we already try to go fully in standard. So it's not like we want to introduce a lot of exceptions coming from SAP, purely from SAP, but really working jointly with the product engineering team to implement those simplifications that will serve us at SAP, but also our customers.
So simplified business processes, end-to-end integration, these are the benefits from the business side, but how does that fit into SAP's overall architecture strategy?
So again, that's the core. So that's really the foundation. We say that's an ERP by definition. We'll host all of these process, our financial processes starting from controlling, from finance, corporate finance, order to cash, procure to pay. On top of that, of course, that's a bit easier for us. We implement or we integrate all our internal products. So talking about C4 HANA, for instance, for the CRM replacement, Marketing Cloud on the top of the chain, procure to pay with Fieldglass, Concur, Ariba, HR with SuccessFactors. So all those elements, if you will, that we did acquire or implemented internally are getting integrated to S4HANA. And S4HANA is really this digital core in the middle of our architecture and leveraging end-to-end based on our own technologies, these integration points. I mean, one of the key elements, of course, from an IT perspective is the TCO, so the total cost of ownership of that is being reduced because you have one single application or a series of single applications for an end-to-end process and not multiple applications serving the same processes. So that will reduce the TCO overall.
And you already talked about implementing the digital core. How did you actually make the decision on the approach to move to SAP S4HANA?
So that was a pretty long debate at SAP. Basically, you have two main approaches. One is greenfield, meaning you start from scratch and you introduce from the beginning the business transformation that you want to drive. So that's the greenfield. On the other hand, you have the brownfield. I mean, that the word is not really nice. I would call that a conversion, which is more technical here. So you would really convert your existing ERP system, whatever it is. For us, it was ECC6, and you convert it technically into S4HANA or SAP S4HANA. So we did both, in fact, at SAP. The greenfield, we did experience that implementation when we integrated Concur into our SAP architecture. So Concur is running fully on a greenfield kind of ERP S4HANA system. And for the corporate ERP of SAP, where we have more than 100,000 employees accessing the system and, of course, hosting, again, all those financial core processes, we went through a complete conversion of the system in one shot. It was a 15 months or 16 months kind of program with a lot of activities, of course, going on into this conversion. But basically, we had the chance to experience both. And I would say that depending on where the company is in terms of process simplification, digitalization perspective, the maturity of those processes there, or if the company drastically wants to drive also a heavy business transformation, business process transformation, you can pick and choose the options, so greenfield or conversion that you would prefer. What we have experienced, again, the greenfield for sure will be in parallel of a complete business transformation because you will have to adjust your processes towards the cloud aspect of S4HANA. But we also achieved the same when we did the conversion, meaning that it was not kind of putting our ERP in a standstill mode for this 15 or 16 months. We were driving also transformational element in parallel of our conversion to S4HANA. So both are those two approaches are the main ones, of course. And again, depending on where the company, the customer is, one approach will be recommended versus another one.
Okay, so many benefits, multiple ways to go, a very complex project overall. And I know we didn't go this road all on our own, but we were supported by MaxAttention and Marjolaine. So how did MaxAttention support SAP along this journey?
So actually, we established a strong single point of contact leading the different SAP MaxAttention experts. The team acts as a trusted counterpart during the various cycle of activities, which matches the customer project plan. We are working in close collaboration with all the project teams. It can be IT or business departments, partners, like in this case, Accenture and TCS. And we try to create a real tractions in root cause analysis, risk management, providing solution-oriented support.
Okay, and knowing that MaxAttention is a very strong partner from the technical side, however, we heard that they supported heavily also aligning with the business organization. So how did you manage that success?
Yes, indeed. As I said earlier, we are onboarded directly with all the stakeholders as a central point of contact. So we are kind of neutral partner who tells the success as they are, and our experts are protecting the bridge between the business needs and the SAP development experts. We are preparing the root cause analysis and translating all what I call the business needs into technical expert discussions.
And Alex, from your experience now with MaxAttention, why did their support play such a critical role for the project to succeed? And what would you see as benefits and advantages of involving MaxAttention?
Yeah, for us, MaxAttention was a no-brainer. I mean, we are internally considered as a customer, if you will, and that's the reason why we have a real MaxAttention contract with the services organization. And for most or all of those large transformational programs, MaxAttention is fully engaged. For us, they are a real trusted partner. I mean, it's like Marjolaine was mentioning, Accenture and TCS, they are historical partners of SAP in our internal implementation. But I would say MaxAttention is even a level above that. So they know our system by heart. They are very deep into the technology. They are very strong experts. They can engage with IT, but also with the business, with standard development, product engineering. So they have this connection and network, which allow DBS, MaxAttention to fix more or less all kind of issues that we could get during the implementation of such a large program. So again, for us, it's a trusted partner. We have a strong engagement now for quite some time. They have a very deep understanding and knowledge of our business and our systems. So it's, again, a no-brainer for us to have MaxAttention to support us. And not even talking about their level of expertise, depending on the topics, it could be in the performance area, could be in the core S4HANA area, could be in the HANA database area, wherever they have the strongest expert, I believe, of the market. And when you have those experts working with you on a program, you cannot fail.
Thank you very much, Alexandre. It's a great pleasure always to work with you as well. And it was a great project altogether.
Good.
Sounds like true teamwork altogether. Thank you very much, Alex and Marjolaine, for sharing that today. This already concludes our discussion. Thanks also to you for watching. For more information, please feel free to reach out to us or click on the links below. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.